Welcome back to Boring Reviews.
Boring land.
Oh, just kidding.
Blasphemer! Hello,
right.
Boring Review Nation!
Kind of pointless.
We know all things.
All right, welcome back to Boring Reviews. Nick here.
Gabe Gaitonde.
And me and Gabe are checking out another trailer reaction. We might have just dropped 2 in one day. We're crazy like that. But we want to get these reactions to you as soon as possible. And the unfortunate thing, Gabe, is like we find out about these when we wake up here in the States in the morning. They'd already been dropped for a few hours.
Right.
And then by the time we record, and then we have work, and then we edit it or whatever, everyone most people that are super excited about this in India, they're already asleep. So we have to wait a few extra hours before we drop them. But with all that being said, we got a semi-new trailer. It just got dropped within the last 24 hours. We're talking about the Telugu film Check. This stars Nithiin and Rakul Preet. It has Priya, Varrier, and Chandra and Yeleti. Sorry about that. Got all those mixed up. But this is a new film. It's getting a lot of love already on YouTube. And we love that. We love when films get a lot of love, especially when the trailer gets dropped out, because these people put a lot of time, a lot of effort into making these films. And you can just imagine their excitement when it gets received really well and people are excited about it. I'm not familiar with this actor, Nithiin. I know he's an actor-producer. But I'll tell you one thing, Gabe. I started doing these polls on our channel, on our community page the last few days of who's your favorite Indian actor. And honestly, I just, I like answering polls myself. I think they're fun. Give your vote. Let's see. Let's have conversations. But not everyone, but a lot of people are like, why would you do this? This is not the best actors. What is I think I ticked off more people when I was intended to be just like a fun poll. And so then I started doing more polls with some of the actors they were suggesting, because me and you, we don't know all the greats from India for the last 40 or 50 years. And I think that has ticked off more people. So anyone that's listening that's answered those polls, I'm not trying to divide anyone. I just find polls to be fun and exciting. What do you think? Do you think it's disrespectful or blasphemous to do a poll on who's your favorite actor?
Here's the thing, right? It is when you click on it and then you're in the 16th percentile. You know what I mean? When you click on it and you're in the 60th percentile, 70th percentile, you're like, yes, I knew it. Because you want to feel vindicated, right? And for instance, if we put up a poll of American actors, like who's the top American actors, it'll be hard to decide between a Denzel, between let's say a Brad Pitt, who's another big guy? Oh my gosh, Leonardo DiCaprio. But somebody's gonna get left off of that list, and you're like, oh man, you know what I mean? Maybe rank them, but it's hard to just say best, because, for instance, I would say Leo is probably the best actor we have, here in America, followed by Denzel. That's going to piss off a lot of people. Ultimately, though, none of them are in my favorite movies. You know what I'm saying, dude? And they're not even in my top, no, none of them are in my top 10 movies. So you're like, well, how could it be your favorite actors and not in the top 10 movies? They just didn't have the opportunity to be in there. So it's so hard, and I understand where it comes. But I'm like you. I think it's fun, For me, though,
I want to know people's opinion. Like I say many, many times, I love the film King Arthur. Very few people have that opinion, right? And that's okay. Like I don't know. I'm not trying to take off anyone. Guys, in the comment section, if you want me to stop with the polls, that's fine. We want people to come to Boring Reviews, not be pushed away. But honestly, I thought it would be a fun little thing. We'll see, where does your opinion stack to others? But man, it's almost backfired in some ways.
Well, I mean, if anything, I learned about some new actors I was not aware of, and I'm like, okay, we got to check out some work from this person, But yeah, I see where the backlash happens, because, for instance, you know what I mean? Some of my favorite actors, by the way, Leonardo DiCaprio. I think he's the greatest actor in America, in American cinema. Well, he got his Oscar for the Revenant, which sucked. That movie was trash, okay? So people are going to be like, really? That guy from The Revenant? No, watch his other work. Watch Romeo Meets Juliet. Watch
Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me
Blood
If You Can.
Diamond, Basketball Diaries, even Titanic. He gave a great performance in Titanic, and people are going to say, oh, really? That huge mainstream movie? He gives a great performance in that movie, and so many others.
Right. And that's my thing. And then some people equate it to, well, he's only got one Oscar, and this person, Denzel has whatever 4 or 5 under his belt. And that's the thing. Like, there's going to be people that are everybody has their own opinion. You know what I'm saying? And I think that nobody wants to be in the minority. We don't. We want to be in the majority. We want to be, because that vindicates our opinion. So I think that from that perspective, if somebody doesn't hold the same opinion as you, they're gonna be like, oh, you know what I mean? Like it's that's why you get that reaction. But you guys let us know again if you enjoy the polls or not. And at the very minimum, we've learned something where, okay, let's check out some films from these other people who should be getting a lot more love than our channel gives them.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, I make lots of mistakes, right? But one thing, like Gabe said, we learn from these type of things. And, Kamal Hassan, I'm going to say, I don't think we've ever, and if we have, we didn't pay attention to it, ever come across any of his films to where people in the comment section saying, you got it. So like you said, we learned from it. I like doing the polls, but let us know. Your voice will be heard. But with all that being said, we're excited to check out this guy, another guy we did not know about, Nithiin. Hopefully I'm saying that name correctly. And this trailer, it's got the subtitles already embedded. I'm super excited about that kind of stuff. So Gabe, give us a countdown and we'll check it out.
All right, brother. In 3, 2, 1.
యద్భావం తద్భవతి. అణువు నుంచి అనంతం వరకు ఏది కర్మని తప్పించుకోలేదు.
అహం నియతిం నిశ్చామి. ఏం చేసిన అపోనెంట్ ఉంటేనే కిక్. నేను ఆడచ్చా?
ఇదేనుగు, దీని దారి రహదారి. దీనికి ఎదురెళ్ళాలంటే దమ్ము కావాలి. ఇది ఒంటే, దీని మీద ఎప్పుడు కన్నేసి ఉంచాలి.
I love the comparison of the strategy in the prison and chess.
సమస్య వచ్చినా గానీ కుంగిపోరు, సొల్యూషన్ వెతుక్కుంటూనే ఉంటారు.
నా పేరు చేసే శబ్దం యాత్ర.
నువ్వు నమ్మితే నిర్దోషిని ప్రూవ్ అవుతాను కాబట్టి
ఈ కేసు నుండి తప్పుకుంటున్నాను.
నువ్వు ఇక్కడ ఏం చేసినా కొన్ని కళ్ళు చూస్తూనే ఉంటాయి.
హీస్ అ వెరీ గుడ్ ప్లేయర్. అతను ఆపకండి.
చదరంగంలో తోపంట.
వాడిని కలిసి నువ్వు వాడి క్లయింట్ అయిపోయావా?
ఆదిత్య కేసులో క్షమాభిక్షకు అవకాశం ఉందా?
టెర్రరిస్ట్ తో చెస్ ఆడిస్తారా?
దేశద్రోహి! రాజుని ఎదిరించే దమ్ముందా సిపాయికి?
యుద్ధం మొదలు పెట్టేదే సిపాయి.
Another one. 2 trailers back to back where the movies are being released February 26th. All right, now we know why it's called Check. I wish I was wearing my chess shirt right now. I have a few of them because I was running chess club at my school the last few years. I'm not the expert on chess, but I know how the game is played, and I can teach it to kids, obviously. But I like that element of, it seems to me like he learned about chess in prison, and he got really, really good at it. And he's doing some matches, whether he's still in prison or he gets out of prison. I'm not sure about this or that, and the chess matches, how that plays a role. But I love the connection of chess with his situation. It could be in all kinds of life. And I love that line where he says that, it's not about being in that problem at the moment. A true player looks at several moves in the future, or whatever he says, and has a long game there. Because that is what chess is. You have that temptation. Ha, I got your queen, or ha, I got your bishop. Now it's over. And they might have been setting up a trap for you where now you're done. I love chess, so I love that's in this movie. I'm super excited about it. You got some action here. You got this guy who's up against the wall, literally. He's in isolation. I don't know why, but I love prison movies. I mean, I'm not those type of prison movies, ladies and gentlemen. Shawshank Redemption's great, and so many others. Even Prison Break, the first few seasons were great. I'm super excited about this one, Gabe.
It's funny. My son just mentioned your chess club yesterday because he was in your chess club, and he was like, "Even if we don't go back to school, can I join the chess club? Like one of those he misses. It's a social club,
Absolutely.
And chess has become a bigger and bigger thing here. There's been a few movies released pertaining to chess. Of course, most recently on Netflix, Queen's Gambit, right? And you know, I'm not a avid player. I know how to play the game. Not an avid player of it though. But as I'm watching this trailer, I'm thinking to myself, this is a different type of film. You know what I mean? And it's a film that's maybe I don't know how to explain it. Maybe on a smaller scale, not as commercial. Does that make sense? And maybe because I don't recognize the actors. Like right away in the last trailer, we were able to recognize a few big faces in there, and even though it wasn't Priyanka Chopra herself, it's her cousin, and then I forget the lady from Pink.
Kulti Kahari.
Yeah, Kulti Kahari. Where here
Kulti
I didn't
Kahari.
I didn't recognize any of the names, so I think it's maybe a more a non-commercial film, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? And where it's probably a good film, a good premises, but I don't know. Maybe you throw a different actor or a group of different actors here, and it's gonna have a broader appeal, if that makes sense to you. You know what I mean, dude?
Well, it just speaks to what we were talking about earlier. We just don't know a lot of these actors. And this Nithiin guy, again, this is Telugu, so it's a different industry than what Girl on the Train was. So you have different groups of actors. And yes, there's actors that do Telugu films and they do Hindi films and they do Tamil films or whatever. But typically those stars typically stay in that realm and that region. But I see what you're saying in a different way, like with the whole chess mentality. Now, I want to say that chess is more popular in places like India, in places like in probably all of Asia, like China, Japan, than it is here in the States, even though we know about it and we play it. And a lot of Americans do compete. I think it's more broadly recognized and accepted. Not that it's not accepted, but chess for most people, I would think here in the States would say it's a boring game. It's a long game. Like it's for nerds or whatever. I think it's a different opinion and stereotype in India and in China and whatnot. So for that reason, I can see here in the States with what we are used to with films, a movie that it's not all about chess, but it has a chess component where it might not be as exciting. But I am super excited for it because of the strategy part of it. I'm hoping that the writing, in my opinion, if you're going to make a movie about chess, then make sure the writing, make sure the screenplay, make sure the pacing of that movie is very clever, just like in a chess game where we have to wait until the end to be able to get that full redemption. That is going to be, in my opinion, the biggest linchpin for the movie like this, where you set yourself up. Because once you say chess, I don't care. Automatically, we expect a smarter of a film. And so that's what I'm excited for. And again, chess and prison, when you're in prison, what are you going to do on your rec time? You're either going to according to the movies, okay, I've never been to prison. You're going to be starting some fights. You're going to be doing some yard work. You're going to be playing basketball, lifting weights. And why not play some chess, right? Why not play some cards or whatever? Let the time go by. So those are my thoughts. Those are Gabe's thoughts. Let us know what your guys' thoughts are in the comment section below. Let us know about this actor, Nithiin, and maybe some other actors we didn't know about. Educate us, please. And with all that being said, until next time.
We know all things.